Hi everybody, I am back again with my third project. I haven't started it yet, but you've already seen the pictures of the finished card, and it's my third Mother's Day card, which this one is going to be for my mom. Now what I got here, instead of using my stash of pads and stuff, I went into my files. And recently I've purchased some digital files, and I was so excited to hear that some of our more famous brands that actually come printed, they do sell them, not all, but they do sell some as digital files. And I found this out through Tamika, which is Scrap the World, and I was watching one of her Ustream videos. Actually, was watching live as she was making some cards. So she was using printed digital paper. So I went, as soon as I finished watching her, I went and checked it out, and I did buy some, and I have to see what the name of that place is, so let me check real quick. It's called Snap Click Supply Company. I will post a link down below to them. And considering what you get, because they're digital files that you can print as often as you want and you keep it as long as you can, I mean, hopefully you don't accidentally delete it. It's a great deal, and I think a lot of the prices are, like $3.99 or something like that, and you get papers, you can get embellishments to cut out, and so on and so forth. So I bought quite a bit. I actually spent, I think, about $30 on digital stuff, but again, it's stuff that you can print over and over, and you know how sometimes they stop printing out things. Well, if you're lucky, this place will have a digital version of that particular pad. Now, what I did print out was some of the sheets out of the Romantique collection from Prima. I never had picked up the physical pad, so let me just quickly show you on my screen, sorry about that, what I got. So these are the papers, and I'm going to open up, let's see, right here, so you can kind of see that. It's really gorgeous, and that's what I picked to make my card. And I printed it out as an 8-inch square, I believe. Let me see real quick if it's 8 inches right here. Yeah, it's 8 inches because I printed it in my Canon printer software, and I put it in as an 8x11 photo, so it gives me, since it's a square already, it gives me the 8-inch by 8-inch square. Now these images are actually 12 by 12 in size as far as a digital version. So if you have a 12 by 12 printer, you can totally print it out that big. You'll still keep the quality of it. That's how I used to do my designs when I had my shop. So I love how they do theirs as well. So I'm just showing you the ones that I picked out. Hopefully I'll use all of them, because I do use several papers on my cards, and there's some kids in here that they're not going to end up in the card because I mainly wanted this. So I'm definitely going to use this part. I didn't print the back. I left it. This is one of my favorites here. It came out really good. Look at this one. The image came out beautiful. This is white cardstock. It's 110-pound weight from Georgia Pacific brand, and I pick these up usually at Walmart in case anybody wants to know. And I print it out as a matte photo paper to get as much of the color as possible for these particular ones. With darker images, I like to use my actual photo matte paper to get the colors right. So anyway, I just wanted to show you that. And then also, I'm going to spread this out. The embellishments, again, like I shared in the last one, I like to pick out my background paper. I haven't picked out the solid cardstock yet. I'm not quite sure what color I want to use, but I might be using like this color here as my base color. Most of the time you don't even see it, but I did pull out these things, and I thought this would be a perfect match. As you can see, this is from the Dollar Tree, and I was able to get a whole bunch of these, so I thought I would use probably this whole pack. And if I need to add a filler, I might go into my recollections. I might just add a couple of these and then, mix it with this. And then I pulled out these little ones here. All of these colors are going to go great with this. And then I don't know if I will use these or not. I probably won't use this, but I may or may not use a bow out of here. Maybe like that peach one or this one. Actually, this looks a little better to go with this. So I just pulled it out just in case, and I left out the butterflies that I have been using because they will go. Like this is like a peachy pink, and then maybe the darker blue, or maybe just the white butterfly. So I left those out. So that's the beginning, and now I'm going to get to work. Actually, I'm going to go and have my dinner first, and then get to work on this, and hopefully finish tonight because I need to clear out my desk to pay bills in the morning. Alright, so I am done with my card. I actually went through this one a lot faster than the past two, probably because I'm back into my crafting mojo, which I'm very excited about. Unfortunately, I gotta clear everything up so that I can pay my bills in the morning. So, I did use the whole package of the Dollar Tree flowers, which I'm happy about. So that can go in the trash. Yay! I used 3 of the blue flowers from Recollections, 2 of the peach, 2 of these, the 2 different shades, and 1 of the darker blue from the Recollections. I used all the papers that I printed out minus this floral one. I just decided to do something else. What I did was I pulled out one of these cards that I had printed a while back from the internet, and I do not know where exactly it came from, but if you type in I know it was through Pinterest that I found it. Under Pinterest, just type in free printables, free ATC printables. So I found like a sheet of these like ATC sized. Well, they're 3.5. Yeah, they're a little bit bigger. I guess when I printed it was a little bigger. So I used one of those to match my Happy Mother's Day sign. I did use one of the Michael's butterflies, and I did not use these or these. They just didn't go. This is too, I guess like modern looking. I don't know. They just didn't look like more realistic flowers. I did pull out some trim, and I used both of these trims here. One a little more vintage, and then bring in some shabby chic. Use some of the flatback pearls that Irene sent me, and a bow that I had previously made with some of my pleather. So I did use that. I don't know if I shared that in any of my videos. And I did use my paint once again to give it a more shabby look, just by dabbing it lightly all over. So here's what it looks standing up. Let me try to bring this down, and let's see if that works. And I did ink up all of my papers with distress ink. Now in the past, I would have distressed it more with my distress tool, but lately my hand has been hurting, so I decided just to keep with the ink whenever I wanted to, including this card here. So I did use the tea dye again, and my dauber for the paint, which I used this one here. I think it's from Walmart, I don't know. So there it is. So here is the back. I used this one as my back, which is really cute, and did ink that as well. I don't ink the center because it should look like one piece. And I did use that cream colored cardstock. Now the cardstocks on this particular one I used from, I found this at Tuesday Morning for $1.99, and it's a value pack from this place, Cardstock Warehouse Paper Company. And here is that card, and you know, it gets covered up a lot, but again, I was using it to kind of mount this on the Happy Mother's Day that I previously had done. I did ink up the entire thing so it wouldn't be white with my Versamagic again. I used it before, and this is the Magnolia Bud, just to get rid of the white, and inked it with the tea dye again. Everything on the edges got inked with tea dye. I only used 2 layers of paper this time on here because I really wanted to take advantage of this lady, so I didn't want to bring it in too much, and I really wanted to show the blue with the polka dot. On top of this, I did put it at an angle. I layered this bow that I had created, And unfortunately, the dies do not cut this particular fabric, but what I did do was I ran it through my die cutter with the Tim Holtz bow die that's on a strip, and it marked this fabric, whatever this is. And then I took it out and then just cut it by hand, so I already had a mark on it. So that kind of worked out. And I just layered one of the Dollar Tree flowers on it, and then just made my arrangement. It seems like all of my cards, the flowers are on the left, at least this past 3 cards. So there's the recollections, all the little ones are recollections, and then these are all the Dollar Tree, and they blend well together. I really wanted to use assorted colors with all the cards that I made, you know, like spring. So this one's more vintage shabby, and I'll pull out the other 2 in a second. Excuse me. So, and there's my Michael's butterfly. I only used 1 this time. And then on the inside, I did layer 2 of the papers. You can see a little bit of the blue here. I really love this. Unfortunately, it will most likely get covered up once I get my sentiment in there. Sometimes I do the sentiment where I don't attach it and I'll like stick a paper clip. This way the person can just read that and still see the background. And then here's the trims. Now it is a flat trim here, so I did just put hot glue down and then scrunched it up as I went to make my ruffles. They're not perfect, and I don't care. I want it to look, you know, a little vintage shabby. And then there's the other trim that already has this center in there, and then here is my pearls. So that is my little stopper there. So that is it, and this is the one that will be going to my mother. Let me bring out the other 2. Actually, I didn't test if this is going to fit in my packaging, and I hope it does because of that bow. I made them all the same size. They're all 5.5 by 5.5 for the base. So, I mean, once you add all the embellishments, they do get a bit thicker. So you take up about 1 inch space in your packaging. So let me just slip this in. Oh yeah, it fits. Oh, beautiful. Okay, I'm glad. So this way, I decided to use these packagings because, like, my husband told me that my in-laws do save it. I figure, well, if they're going to be saving the cards, I know they don't have them all displayed, but they do save them. They can display, save them in these so that they don't get dusty. Hopefully don't get, they are in Puerto Rico, so there's a lot of humidity. So that might help. And let me get the other 2. So you can see the difference in all of these cards, but they're all the same concept. So here they are. Let's see. They look alike on camera, but they're not. They're all different colors in them, but their basic colors are pinks and blues. And they're all, what do you call it? Easel cards. They all have this same Happy Mother's Day, except this one's inside. So I'm going to pull them out. And then you can see a little better. If you didn't catch the videos prior to this one, you could just go ahead and go. I think I have them all back to back so that you can see it. So I don't know, maybe between these 2, I'm not sure which one should go to my mother and which one should go to my mother-in-law. I know for a fact this is more my sister-in-law, but I don't know. I'm going to have to ask my husband which one he likes for his mom, and then I'll let him give that. So this one actually is more girly. And I'll take off the camera thing. So, okay. Let me pull this off and show you all 3 standing up. No, maybe this one. I don't know. But I'll ask my husband. I know for sure that this one's going to go to my sister-in-law. So there they are. I am done with Mother's Day. Yay! And I'm really, really early. So I'm really happy about that. Hopefully I can stay ahead on other cards like birthdays and Christmas. I might just start in July like some others do. So Thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye now.